Today, we're going to go through a quick demonstration of how exactly Sendify works and how it can work in your business. You may own an agency, you may own a mentorship program, you may own a roofing company or a technology company or some type of company that generates leads en masse, but needs automation inside of your sales pipeline to automatically get people, aka your leads, to either book appointments or buy your high ticket or low ticket offers. What our software specifically does, before we jump into diagrams and examples of what it does, is we mix AI agents, custom built AI agents, with iMessage for a human-like interaction. The cool thing about this AI is we can build it however we want to. So you can see over here that we can have it objection handle, right? It could be the Mother Teresa, it could be the persuader, the top closer, a buy or die. You can make it a conservative conversation or a balanced qualification or aggressive qualification. You can have it be creative or stick to a script, or have it take the reins, whatever the case may be. And another thing is you can fix the tonality. But what we do is we tell it exactly who it is and what it's supposed to do. We give it an objective based on what we talk to you about or want you to do. And we give it a disqualification. But on top of that, we write over 300 to 600 individual rules that make sure the bot not only does what it's supposed to do, but stays within its boundaries and does it effectively. It literally sounds like a human every single time. I'll show you exactly how this works, but when it comes to a booking, we're actually able to get them to book an appointment on this person's calendar. Now, the way that Marshall wanted this built specifically for him is he wanted new leads to had a conversation with the AI. He wants new leads to have a conversation with the AI over iMessage, and then real setters take over the conversations once his leads basically say yes to a 5 to 10 minute phone call. So let's go into testing this AI so you can actually see how exactly it works, right? So this would be a thing that says, hey, prospect, and it uses the prospect's name. It's Marshall's team. Saw your application, decided I would reach out real quick. Curious, does your brand do well with sales? So the person might say, hey, we do some sales, right? Something like that. And of course, the bot is going to say, understood. You free for a quick 5-10 minute phone call? I'd like to hear about your brand, right? Now, I could easily say yes here, but I'm actually going to make it a little difficult on the bot and just say, no, not right now, right? And what the bot is going to do is says, hey, well, what time works best? I have a few people to talk to today. I can say not sure, right? And the bot will more than likely start to suggest times that it can actually do it, right? So no worries, just let me know when you have a window. It should only take 5 to 10 minutes, and I can work around your schedule, right? So the bot right now is having a good conversation with him. Now I'm going to reset this conversation because what it would be doing here is it would actually be implementing different follow-ups based on whether or not they were responding to that last message, okay? Now let's say I started this over again and I said, hey, John, it's Marshall's team here. Saw your application, decided to reach out real quick. Curious, does your brand do well with sales? And I said, no, not really, right? And I want to be very blunt because most people are blunt. No worries, are you currently running a clothing brand or just getting started, right? Just starting. Nothing too crazy. So here is the bot trying to qualify the lead at this point. And remember that this is all being done through iMessage, but right in here is where we test things. So that's a good place to be. Are you free for a quick 5-10 minute phone call? I can share more about it. Let's say I said, yeah, but in 30 minutes. Okay. And let's just say I even spelled that wrong. It still knows, based on nothing has to be perfect. In fact, we can mess up the grammar, have the bot mess up grammar on purpose, right? Nice. I'll give you a call in about 30 minutes, right? And the lead is complete at that point. Or what we could do is, let's say the guy says, actually, I'm free now, right? The bot is probably going to say, hey, no problem. I'll give you a call in a few, right? So let's see what the bot says. Cool. I'll call you in a few, right? No problem. So the bot can have multiple conversations and we can make it even harder, right? Curious, does your brand do well with sales, right? Let's just say that we trigger the follow-up, okay? This is John, right? Yeah, sorry, right? And so he finally says, no worries at all. You free for a quick 5-10 minute phone call? I'd like to hear about your brand. Not really, right? Not really. I'm not really, the guy's not really into it, whatever. What time works best? I have a few people I can talk to today. I can do, tomorrow, not today. So here's another quick example. Solid. I'll make a note for tomorrow. Just let me know what time works for you, and I'll be sure to make a call then. How about 1 p.m. Right? And so you basically get the concept, right? You can build the bot to do whatever the heck you want it to do, and you can write different rules based on a couple things. So for example, let's say that I actually wanted to suggest times, which we're not having Marshall suggest times because he doesn't want it. But your bot could suggest times. When it says, I can do tomorrow, not today, it can say, great, well, tomorrow, would you be able to do 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time or 3 p.m. Eastern time? What works best? So you can have it start taking the reins and being more, I guess, authoritative and getting the prospect to actually answer you and, do what you want it to do. So let's kind of explain how exactly this works. So leads are going to come in from Meta, TikTok, and Google, or your social media forms, whatever the case may be, and they're going to go into a custom Sendify CRM. Now, this CRM is connected to your current CRM as well. If you're using Go High Level, if you're using HubSpot, if you're using any other source like Monday.com or any sort of CRM out there, it's going to connect to yours as well. So we seamlessly integrate with all of these platforms. So there's absolutely zero issue with trying to get it connected. The cool thing about this is we can build bots based on a high ticket offer or a low ticket offer, whatever the case may be. So let's go down the funnel of what a high ticket offer would kind of look like. For example, you may be trying to sell a high ticket offer and you want the lead to be texted in order to get this lead to, one, qualify themselves, but also get them to book a qualified appointment with either your setter or your closer. A lot of people will use this AI agent to completely eliminate their setters and not have to pay them. Others will use this to make the setter get more calls effectively to then push to the closer. So you can use it however you want, but our AI learns and gets smarter. We build it specifically with rules, over 300 to 400 individual rules, to make sure that the AI is better, smarter, and faster than a human at getting someone to effectively book an appointment or schedule a demo with you. So how it works is that the lead is going to have a conversation with the AI. It's going to send them a text versus via iMessage. So obviously people are going to be thinking they're talking to a real human if they're being texted on iMessage. There's going to be nothing that's automated about it. And that's the great thing about this. It has automatic follow-up, so you will never, ever miss a lead. And the lead will always be in contact with you for an entire year when you work with us, an entire year. And we can build it out to where it texts them 4 or 5 times within a week. And then after that, it's somewhat periodically to make sure that we don't seem too pushy or anything like that. You can also call through the number that we give you. So that's another thing. Our bot can send voice memos. It can send texts. It can send messages. It can do phone calls. It can do pretty much everything or anything that you want it to do. So if you want to send Loom videos to the prospect, if you want to get them to sign up for a webinar, you can do whatever you want them to do. It's completely changing the way that everything works. So how this specific bot will continue to work is it's going to get the person to book a call. When it gets the lead to book a call, it is not giving them a link to book a call. It is suggesting times based on your calendar and the user's time zone to book a call. That's the beautiful part about it. It will also send a reminder to the individual about 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you choose before the call is supposed to take place. And they're going to say, hey, maybe I can't attend. It's going to suggest new times to reschedule and automatically change it for you, your setters and closers. If they no-show and you mark them as a no-show, it will go back in and start a follow-up sequence to try to get them to reschedule once more. So it is beautiful. And you can actually build an entire AI agent included in the package. You can build as many as you want to actually handle follow-up. So if you have somebody that got on a sales call and they liked it, but they didn't close, you can create an AI agent, throw them into a slot in your CRM, and it will start a conversation with that person and do a follow-up sequence however you plan it. Then you have low ticket items. So a low ticket lead. Let's go through this scenario. A lot of you agency owners have been trying to figure out how you can minimize ad spend. Well, you can't really minimize ad spend, but you can pay back ad spend, pay down ad spend. And the number one way to do that is to have an AI agent sell a low ticket offer to the 90% of leads that are not going to qualify, that are not worth your time, and are not worth paying setters to try to talk to and close these people. But an AI agent texting them on an iMessage phone number with voice memos and everything pre-recorded is more than capable of selling someone on a low ticket offer, a $16 info product, a $100, membership program, whatever the case may be. But the cool thing about this is it'll have a same conversation. You can have it build a whole AI agent that has a conversation with these people to touch the 90%. You can send them a text plus an offer. You can give them value. You can give them a lot of more value over time. You can send them whatever the heck you want in order to get them to purchase your low ticket offer, paying back your ad spend, and you didn't spend a dime. You didn't talk to a person. You didn't hire anybody. It was completely automated. So you get the point of how exactly this bot works, what we do, how we build them, etc. Now, of course, there's a lot more to this process, so it's important that you book a demo so you can see exactly how it works. But what's important about this, right, this video and how our stuff works is it's unlike other AI agents out there. Other AI agents are going to connect to Go High Level, are going to connect to HubSpot, are going to connect to those different places, but they're going to be using green text bubbles, which look like scams. Green text messages look like bots, but when you combine AI like ours, which is 10 times better than anything out there, with seamless integration with voice memos and iMessage and all the benefits of iMessage, you create a human-like experience for your sales team, for your leads, for your offers, and people's businesses explode when they have a completely automated sales force of AI agents that work off of iMessage. And your prospects are never going to know that they were talking to a bot. And that's why it's so good. So book a demo if you're interested, and we can set up this entire process in less than 24 hours for your business.